Cancel for giving his opinion about how he wants his kids to be raised. So hi guys, today I would like to talk about a gentleman called Nickmercs, who is a player. He gave his opinion on the LGBT and how he feels about it regarding to kids and especially his kids and got cancelled. So before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my channel, and at the end of it you can also drop a comment and share the video if you actually enjoyed the video. So there is a gentleman called Nickmercs who is a streamer and player. Well, streamer usually actually do play a lot, so the streaming are not players, are not gamers. People are not gamers, but this gentleman is a gamer. So a couple of days ago, a video actually came out on Twitter.
There he is, guys. Unmasked! Unmasked! Unmasked!
So a video came out where pro-LGBT were having a brawl with anti-LGBTs, and a gentleman actually tweeted something, another gentleman that is also a gamer called MLG Pocket, and in his tweet he was actually saying, this happened 4 blocks away, 4 blocks from my Overwatch League apartment. So Americans are in a sad place right now. Let people love who they love and live your own life. Sort of pro-LGBT, no problem. And gentleman Nickmercs that we're talking about today decided to answer by saying, well, he actually answered, he replied and said, they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. Which I absolutely agree. You know that on this channel, we don't actually hate anybody from the LGBT community. We don't actually hate anybody from the LGBT community as long as they chose for themselves. They were not forced into that community, and they're not trying to recruit anybody, and especially not the kids. When we actually have, these crazy people around saying, I want to talk to children. These ones. We don't want that. And that has actually pretty much been the story of most people. But I think like overall what we're saying is they have more and more and more effect on kids that don't even get the chance to get old and choose for themselves, and this is pretty much the fight. So when he actually wrote this, he had a deal with a game that is called Warzone, I believe. So he has a deal with a game that is called Warzone, and in that game he even has a skin. So let's say that you're playing Mario and all of a sudden they decide to do Faceless, the character Faceless in Mario. So this is pretty much something like that. He has his own character in the game Warzone. So Warzone decided that they didn't like what he said, and as a lot of companies out there today who are just supporters of the LGBTQ communities, like 130%, they decided to recuse their partnership with Nick. After that, in a recent stream, he actually went and explained his tweet and said that he won't apologize for it because he's a new dad, and him and his wife decided that they are the one who wants to actually explain to their kids what an LGBT community is, to actually just put it and to resume it.
I saw parents brawling in front of a school with kids. I just didn't like it. My wife and I just had a baby. Brand new father, But her and I agree that we want to be the ones to talk to our kid about things like that. I just don't think it's any place for a teacher or a school. I don't think it's the place to speak about things like that. I didn't mean to upset anybody. I know that I did. I'm not apologizing about the tweaks. I don't feel like it's wrong.
This is actually what led to him losing his partnership with Skin War. What is it? With Warzone, I believe. So unfortunately, it did that, and I think there's more into it now because not only he decided to not play that game anymore, and he's somebody who has a lot of followers on his streaming platform. So losing all these people that are going to stop not only watching him on the platform, and having people also stop playing the game because obviously a lot of people are not really up for
what again? So what I got to do, what we got to do is uninstall the game. Number one. I mean, don't get a mistake, in this year's Call of Duty is the worst in its franchise. But that decision by COD's PR marketing team, I'll tell you right now, man, that's a tough one.
You know, that's the thing with me. I think that when you have all these companies that are just supposed to be out of, you know, those kind of issues, the LGBT, and now it's not that they're for or against, but they have now chosen their side. It's not that you cannot do a little publicity once in a while for the community of LGBT, but it is more that when somebody says something, you take a side, aka you do have a side, which is actually very bad. This man just doesn't want his kid to actually learn about that. There are people who do not want their kids to learn about religion at school. So what they do is they're not going to go and put them in a religious school, because there are schools that are more religious than other school. When you go there, you learn about Jesus and everything, or you have also Muslim schools where you learn normal things, mathematics and literature, and you have classes where you learn the Quran. And not everybody is up to send their kids there, and not everybody wants to actually send their kids to school for them to learn about the LGBT community. But the fact that they're now forcing people to learn this in normal school is crazy, because I personally don't understand why people are against that. You don't send your kids to school to learn about sexuality. You send your kids to school. At school, they will learn, yes, reproductive organs, the biology of things, and how many months, and what happens when the sperm leaves and the ovaries, and this is biology. We've all learned it at school. That's it. I mean, we have to learn that. You have for humans, you have it for plants, you have all these different things, and that's fine. Everybody's open to that. But just learning about X in school is just something that I think we can all agree that it's not normal. It's not right. There's no moral in that. Anyway, we'll see what happens to the company that is the game, that is actually Warzone, and we'll see. Because once, these gamers are also not playing around. If they decide to actually cancel you, they will. And it's a shame for everybody. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.